All right, the Investing Advice Roundtable is back. So, Larry, what are we talking about this week?
This week, we thought we'd go over the most common questions we get asked as advisors. Let's dive in. Elise, you go first.
One of the questions I get asked a lot is you're an independent advisor. What does that mean and how is it different? So, if you think about some firms you've probably heard of, like Edward Jones or Raymond James, those advisors are actually considered employees of the companies they work for, and clients are considered the firm's clients. We are much different. We are all our own business owner, and we hire LPL Financial as our broker dealer. So we're really their boss, which means we get to choose what products are best for the client, and we don't have to have a preference towards any one company.
The question that I get asked the most is how much do I need to retire? And just like everything else, every situation is different and there's no exact amount as everyone has different needs, wants, and goals. Some people also decide to leave a career but work a different one or part time in retirement, which can change this as well. So, 10 to 12 times your annual income at retirement age is what we normally say. So, for example, if you retire at 67 and your annual income is 100,000, you should have approximately 1 million to 1.2 million set aside for retirement. Another rule of thumb is you should have enough to replace 60 to 100% of your pre-retirement annual income. Larry, what is the question that you're asked most?
Another one is how much should I put towards investments each month? Just like Holly mentioned earlier, every situation is different. Some people can't afford to invest much each month, but should try to do a little if possible. Others might have a much higher surplus after their expenses and are able to invest more, which is great. A general rule of thumb is about 10 to 15% of your annual income. For example, if you make 50,000 per year, you can invest $500 per month, which is about 12% of your annual income. Also, as your income increases, this will allow you to increase your monthly investments as well.
Another question I get asked is how do I decide how much to put into my savings versus my retirement? I'm sure you've heard this before and we've mentioned it again, but every situation is different and unique. But a general rule of thumb is you should have at least 3 to 6 months worth of your monthly expenses in your savings. That way, if something happens like job loss or a big unexpected expense, you'll be able to pay for it no problem. Once you get an amount you're comfortable with, then you can start putting money towards your retirement.
So, one more question that I get asked quite a bit is there a minimum investment required to open an account? There is no minimum to start investing. There are all different types of investments, and different ones might have minimums as far as the specific investment type. For example, some mutual funds have a minimum that you have to buy in it. But your advisor can discuss those with you, and you can come up with a plan that works best for you.
Another one that, I'm sure we all get asked is how are we compensated? There are a lot of different ways we're compensated depending on the type of investment account and the investment we decide to use. Mostly, we are compensated as a percentage of the assets we manage for our clients. However, there might be times where we're compensated by a commission depending on the situation and if it could be in the client's best interest. This will be discussed with the client beforehand.
That's all for this video, but make sure to check out our podcast on Spotify and subscribe so you're notified about our future content. Thanks so much for watching.